Good evening. Good evening. This is Bill, your crime prevention guy, where your safety is our business. A little change of pace. Have a letter I'd like to read. At the top it said, is a taser what I need? What about a laser light? So bear with me, I'm going to read. Tom and I had just finished a movie and a dinner and was walking back to our car parked in the city parking lot. We took the elevator to the third floor and got off just in time to see an altercation between a man and a woman. He was yelling at her and saying that he wanted her purse and watch. At that point, they were about 15 feet apart, and the lady was on one knee at that point in time looking up at the man. The next thing we saw was that she pulled out of her purse a yellow object and pointed it at the man with something shooting out of the end of the yellow object towards the chest of the man who was yelling at her. Suddenly, he fell straight down onto the pavement, and he was kind of twitching, but otherwise not moving at all. My husband and I agreed that we should try to help as much as possible. Thus, my husband called 911 and requested police assistance. I walked over to the lady whose name was Cynthia, and you could see that she was terribly upset, but was gaining stability rapidly. Tom and I introduced ourselves to Cynthia, and she thanked us very much for helping her while she was being held up by a thief. The police got there rather quickly, and after asking several questions of Cynthia, she was ready to go home, but because of the episode, she did not feel comfortable or confident in driving herself to her home, which was about 5 miles away. Hence, we offered her a ride in our vehicle, while my husband Tom would drive her vehicle behind us back to Cynthia's home. While driving her home, I asked Cynthia what that yellow device was that shot towards the attacker, who turned out to be a criminal who was on parole. She explained it was a taser. That's TASER. C like Charlie 2. Taser C2 with a laser sight, and something that she has been carrying with her for about 2 years in her purse. I told her I never heard of such a thing. Cynthia laughed and said that it was self-defense electronic control device. She explained further that in police studies, it showed a higher instance of incapacitation rate than a 9mm handgun, and it was non-lethal at that. 9mm being lethal, the electronic control device non-lethal. Well, how does it work if it's non-lethal? Cynthia asked. She said that the Taser C2 with a laser sight uses a replaceable cartridge containing compressed nitrogen to deploy two small probes that are attached to the case, thereby insulated conductive wires with a maximum length of 15 feet. Once the probes struck the man, 50,000 volts traveled over the wires, and it overrides the central nervous system, providing incredible takedown power. It took that man on the pavement over 1/2 hour before he was able to again talk again to the police department officers who were at the scene. Cynthia said, I don't know how something so small, around 5 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch, can pack that kind of a punch, but it sure did. I was scared and almost forgot I had it until the last second when I thought maybe this person might want to kill me, and I just grabbed it, pulled the trigger, and the rest is history. That's the best $400 I ever spent in my whole life. What about that laser light you keep talking about? I asked her. She said it's just a device that helps in aiming where you want to shoot that person. I saw the laser light was on his chest and just pulled the trigger. I see that kind of stuff in the movies all the time, but you never think that you will be doing it yourself someday. Once we got Cynthia home, she went inside and got a business card and handed it to both my husband and myself. She said, please call this guy or go to his website and purchase yourself a TASER C2 with a laser sight. You see what it can do, and you never know what the future holds for you. The next day, my husband and I contacted the man on the business card, and then with him, we purchased the device for ourselves. Well, I should say, we actually purchased two, one for me and one for Tom. Well, Merry Christmas to us, Merry Christmas to ourselves, and hopefully it'll be a good year, good new year. I just thought I would share this letter with y'all. It's always good to hear good, happy endings. If there's anything I can do to help, if there's a question, please feel free to write. Check out the websites, www at sabo, S-A-B-O, crime-prevention.com, or sabo, it's www, feel, F-E-E-L, hyphen safe, S-A-F-E, hyphen now, N-O-W. By the way, we have a $10 off coupon. It's number 201. It will get you $10 off any purchase on the websites. And feel free to sign up for the free crime prevention reports that will come to you monthly. I thank you for your time. I'm Bill, the crime safety guy, where your safety is our business. Thank you, and have a pleasant